Are you implying she's some kind of plant?
I just know that she was a very useful fool for helping destroy one of the loveliest things, which was the relationship between the two brothers. One of the ways that you get a population to rip itself apart is remove things that people had faith in. For a large tranche of the population, the royal family was something they were proud of and believed in. I think Meghan Markle was a very useful way of kind of destroying that.
Oh, hi! It's me, Princess Duchess Meghan Markle, just here in the kitchen, as you might expect, reimagining the banana split as we speak. Now, I hear that Gwyneth Paltrow has been throwing some shade in my direction. Well, here's the thing, Gwyneth. You may have bagged yourself an Oscar, but I bagged myself an actual prince, a royal prince. Now, he may have been the ginger one and the shit one and the spare one, but he's royal all the same. And here's the other thing, I am a strong black woman.
Just when we thought it couldn't get any messier in Meghan Markle's royal soap opera, Katie Hopkins swooped in like a tabloid tornado with a grudge and a megaphone. Armed with savage one-liners and enough sarcasm to power a small nation, Katie didn't just roast Meghan Markle, she flamed her. 1 minute Meghan Markle's playing victim-in-chief, the next she's dodging verbal napalm in stilettos. What did Katie say that made Buckingham Palace look like a safer space? Oh, this takedown redefines brutal.
Oh, hey there. It's just me, Meghan, here in our Montecito mansion. And you know, like, it's a totally proud day for us because my little ginger pet, the Harry, formerly known as Prince, has finally finished his little bookie wook. And you know, this is gonna like totally monetize his painful past, being a spare. And even though he hasn't actually been a spare for the last 9 years since the perfect Prince George was born, you know, I say, why let truth stand in the way of profit? The working title was heir. He was heir to the throne. But when you think about it, this spells Harry, right? And some people have said to me, now Meghan, that doesn't actually spell that way. Like spelling.
Started with a suitcase and a smirk. 1 minute Meghan Markle was a second-tier actress on a legal drama that only your aunt still watched. And the next she was popping up in royal palaces like she'd taken a wrong turn on the way to a Vogue cover shoot. Fast forward a few chaotic years, and now Meghan Markle's resume includes freedom fighter, mental health advocate, and the proud owner of the world's most weaponized podcast voice. Somewhere between fleeing a castle and redefining what privacy means. Hint, it's not Netflix deals. She's been on a relentless mission to conquer every talk show, Spotify contract, and humanitarian award within a 5 radius of a camera lens.
What I don't get about these two is this. Without the royal family, what would either of them be? She would be a little-known actress. God knows what he would be doing. And yet they spend the whole time rubbishing the very institution that has made them everything that they are today.
Yeah, and there comes Katie Hopkins. If subtlety were a cocktail, Katie Hopkins would pour it down the drain and chase it with a double espresso of unfiltered truth. This woman doesn't tiptoe, she storms. And when she sets her laser-guided sarcasm on Meghan Markle, it's like watching a lioness dismantle a PowerPoint presentation on how to monetize victimhood in 10 easy steps.
Another thing people could believe in, and another thing that gets ripped apart. I think Meghan Markle was a very useful way of kind of destroying that. Obviously, in a modern era, what's the relevance?
Let's start with Meghan Markle's royal defection, a melodrama so overcooked it could be served at a Buckingham Palace banquet. There she was, claiming to escape the tyranny of gold-plated spoons and land in the warm embrace of Montecito's most elite therapists and PR gurus. Hopkins took one look at Meghan Markle's freedom flight and called it what it was, a glitter-covered tantrum with a private jet itinerary.
Many Brits waking up to the news this morning that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have basically told the royal family to do one. They haven't told the Queen about their plans, they didn't speak to Prince William, but what they do plan to do is keep a hold of their royal titles, keep a hold of Frogmore Cottage that the taxpayer paid for. They enjoyed their fabulous wedding where Markle got to be the centre of all attention. This is classic Meghan Markle and something that many of us said would happen all along. She was disowned or removed herself from her own family, came over to the UK. We could see trouble coming a mile off. This woman has always been absolutely desperate to be a celeb.
You can practically hear Katie Hopkins' internal monologue. Imagine escaping the trauma of tiaras only to rebrand yourself as a Duchess of podcast pity parties. The Sussexes wanted to step back from royal duties. Fine. But they didn't just step back, they cartwheeled into Hollywood with a GoFundMe for their truth.
Meghan Markle, when she went on her first date, this is from my time at Mail Online, when I had access to things, Meghan Markle on her first date with Prince Harry wore Princess Diana's perfume. Which, if you're like an emotive person that remembers things with smells and remembers safety or security or the smell of home, Meghan Markle smelt like his mother.
Meghan Markle didn't just burn the royal bridge, she torched it with a flare gun of curated grievances, then sold the ashes to Oprah. The queen of the unapologetic eye roll watched this PR circus roll through town like an H&M sale on tiaras, and wasn't having a single tear-stained syllable of it. Let's talk authenticity. Hopkins has a sixth sense for sniffing out manufactured martyrdom, and Meghan Markle serves it by the spoonful. The speech about mental health struggles? Important, yes. Brave? Sure. But sandwiched between Netflix slow-mo, highlighter pens, and backyard chicken metaphors, even the most sympathetic ears began to twitch. Katie's view, it's hard to cry for someone who's struggling to find their voice while signing multi-million-dollar content deals and suing half the British press with the other hand. Now comes archetypes. Not the Greek kind, the Spotify series. This podcast promised to shatter stereotypes. What it actually did was reaffirm the stereotype of Meghan Markle being allergic to editing. It was less of a cultural reckoning and more of a motivational voicemail from someone who name-drops Gloria Steinem like she's ordering a side of fries. Katie's reaction was simple. Meghan Markle, if you want to break the mould, try not making it out of narcissism and Pinterest quotes.
There is. After this, we're going to have his book. I mean, how much CRA
David, you say
can
all
you
of
throw
that,
at the royal family?
and I don't disagree with a word that you have said. However, I will be tuning in to watch it.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm intrigued. The Oprah Winfrey interview was a complete car crash. It proved on so many levels that Meghan didn't tell the truth on at least 3 points.
Hopkins watched the whole podcast affair unfold like someone being forced to attend a Zoom yoga session hosted by a life coach with a god complex. Meghan Markle, the self-appointed feminist oracle, monologued her way through each episode with the intensity of someone reciting Shakespeare at a bake sale. And Katie, she just raised an eyebrow, possibly broke it with the force of the lift, and reminded us all that true feminism isn't defined by Instagram fonts and passive-aggressive word salads. Then there's the perpetual villain, the British media. Yes, the tabloids are ruthless, but Meghan Markle treated them like the final boss in her video game of victimhood, throwing accusations like confetti at a Californian wedding. Hopkins, who has been crucified by the same media that now cuddles Meghan Markle under their progressive halo, could barely contain her glee watching Markle claim the moral high ground while weaponising her own PR machine. It's like watching someone scream, "Don't look at me," while launching their autobiography on Times Square's biggest screen.
Why do you hate Meghan so much? What has she ever done to you?
Everything. It's my royal family. This is my country. Prince Harry is my Prince Harry.
So you're jealous?
I'm not jealous of Meghan. Who wants to be Meghan Markle? Like, I'm unpopular. I'm known as the biggest bitch in Britain. The only person in Britain who's more unpopular than me, Meghan Markle.
And let's not forget the never-ending award show appearances. Nothing screams "leave me alone" quite like a $20,000 zero-cents designer gown and a 12-minute speech about the importance of silence. Meghan Markle shows up to humanitarian galas like she's about to announce a Marvel movie. And the irony, Katie Hopkins says straight through it. You want privacy? She'd scoff. Then maybe don't start your speech by announcing your trauma's retail value. The Netflix documentary was the cherry on this overfrosted cake of performative pain. There in Ultra HD, Meghan Markle told us how hard it was to live inside a palace just moments before revealing her preferred sobbing angle to a professional camera crew. Katie Hopkins must watch that 6-part therapy special with a cocktail of horror and amusement, like witnessing someone write a self-help book while actively falling apart. The only plot twist missing, A ghost-written letter to Queen Elizabeth asking for a refund on royal schooling. Katie's biggest gripe isn't Meghan Markle's complaints, it's the couture-covered crusade for relevance wrapped in the language of revolution. Meghan Markle doesn't speak, she announces. Every syllable is dipped in faux humility, served on a silver platter of victimhood, and finished with a side of as a woman of colour. That's fine if it were authentic, but when your idea of activism involves sitting on a designer sofa, pondering the complexity of being misunderstood, Katie Hopkins is going to treat your legacy like a piata of pretense.
Is the biggest hypocrite there is. What does Meghan Markle do? Oh, we've got to save the planet, save the planet. Oh, do one good thing every day. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Then what does she do? Get on 4 private flights to wherever land at £400,000 a week hire, and then uses up half the CO2 emissions that anyone else might have had. It's pure hypocrisy. And what is she really?
Let's shift to Prince Harry, the co-star in this Shakespearean fever dream. Hopkins doesn't even have to roast him directly. Meghan Markle's done it all. The once royal rebel is now reduced to standing in the background like a confused extra in a feminist TED Talk. Hopkins would probably liken him to a sentient gingerbread man programmed to nod on cue. The man who once served in Afghanistan now serves as Meghan Markle's emotional support husband at TED conferences. She holds the mic, he holds the juice cleanse. It's poetic if the poem was written by someone high on kale. And then, of course, there's the letter to her estranged father, part private heartbreak, part PR boomerang. Hopkins, lover of brutal honesty, likely filed that entire saga under high drama, low integrity. Airing your family feud while demanding dignity is like punching someone in the face and calling it a peace offering. Meghan Markle sold herself as a peacemaker with a grenade launcher, and Katie spotted it faster than Meghan Markle could say Duchess of Difficulty. Even Meghan Markle's motherhood narrative, while valid and deserving of empathy, gets the Hopkins once over. The photo ops, the flower crowns, the endless monologues about parenting as activism, it's not parenting so much as curated content. Hopkins probably sees the royal baby not as a child, but as a symbol used to score woke bingo points at galas sponsored by tech billionaires. Baby Archie doesn't even know he's a brand ambassador for transatlantic confusion.
Commitments that go with serving one's country as a member of the royal family. I think this has been appalling behaviour by Prince Harry. He used to be the best of us. He used to be naked everywhere. He used to be in Vegas with the most beautiful women. He used to be a serving member of our military, and he was a jolly good egg. He was the most fun prince we had. Since he met Meghan Markle, he's become like a vegan at a wedding. He's the guy nobody wants to sit next to anymore. And finally, his castration is complete. That woman saw her golden ticket in Prince Harry. She came along, she's removed him from...
Let's not forget Meghan Markle's speech circuit, an endless loop of panels, TED Talks, and special conversations where the words resilience, journey, and narrative are used like seasoning. Meghan Markle speaks in TED Talk haikus, while Katie Hopkins speaks like she's tossing darts at a balloon full of sanctimony. Meghan Markle might say, "My truth is valid," while Hopkins would say, "Your truth has a subscription model and a merchandise line." The most delightful irony, Meghan Markle preaches compassion but practices brand management. Her charity work often arrives with more photographers than volunteers. You can't dunk on the monarchy Monday to Friday and still expect people to curtsy on Sunday. And if Meghan Markle thought fleeing to America would end the criticism, she clearly forgot America invented reality TV. The land of the Kardashians was never going to be impressed by a duchess with a camera crew. Katie Hopkins saw the Montecito move for what it was, a glittery escape hatch into Oprah's backyard, complete with rescue chickens and curated authenticity, a Disney fairy tale sponsored by Spotify and Apple.